can't dance, I can't sing. The only thing about me's where I'm rolling everything. What is going on? Does anybody out there even Earthdawn, bro? I think I'm the only one playing actual plays of Earthdawn right now. It's a shame. it's I'm back at it though. I can't put it down. So after my last video, you probably surmised that I was writing an adventure for Earthdawn. Last of the Kaer Hope was the previous pamphlet adventure I wrote and played through. And this is the continuation of it, Escape from Kaer Hope. So the idea is the characters explored this part. I'm going to reuse the map. We've explored this part, this much of the Kaer. As you can kind of see there, my chicken scratchings. And this time we're back at it again with hopes of getting the survivors out of this joint. So let's get right into it. So it's another adventure for Earthdawn 4th edition for 4 Circle 1 Adepts. So I ran it with 2 last time, 2 Adepts at Circle 1, and I just halved all the challenges. This time I'm going to run 4, so I added 2 more. I've got the Obsidian Archer, he's a spear thrower, and Salavan, the Tiskrang weaponsmith. So I just brought them up to the same legend total as the other 2. So I'm going to run it with 4 this time. I'll try that. Since I'm not quite as new to the system, I'm slightly more capable. I hopefully can run the 4 characters without too much hassle and game master for myself. So I'll read the intro text. It says, the elders of Kaer Hope believe the scourge is over and hope to evacuate the Kaer after 400 years of hiding underground. However, the surviving 100 residents have been trapped in the Fields Chamber for 20 years, deep inside the Kaer complex, surrounded by the undead of their loved ones who can sometimes be heard scratching outside the stone chamber door. Having recovered the Hope Gate key last time, so that was one of the objectives last time, which I did succeed in doing. The Adepts have now been tasked with reaching the Hope Gate itself and investigating the surface and clearing the way for the eventual exodus of Kaer Hope. The lost quartermaster chamber once held food, equipment, and supplies for 300 residents to reclaim and rebuild in the new world. Its current condition is unknown, however, prompting the elders to also task the Adepts with fighting their way to the quartermaster chamber to see if anything can be salvaged. So there's where we're at. It's been an indeterminate amount of time since their last foray, their last adventure out into the lost Kaer. Last time we had a horrid time with the 2 characters. I came across 2 goats, and the corrupted goats actually killed me. So I had a little reset, continued playing after that, and we discovered, so we've explored the stable, the gardens, the refuse, like the garbage pit, one of the housing, there's more housing chambers, and the common room. So this time, so we got to reach the Hope Gate, open it, and secure the exit. We got to, right here it says, investigate the Quartermaster Chamber. That's worth 50 legend points, 75 legend points for getting to the Hope Gate and clearing it. And then get the survivors safely through the Hope Gate to the surface. That's 75 legend points. And recover Ranson's journal, if not already done. That's 75 legend points. So I did play a little extra with the last pamphlet, and I did find recover Ranson's journal already. So I don't need to do that one now. And then it says GM should add multiple session LP awards along the way as well. Of course. So actually, let's go over the back here. The pamphlet, it says this pamphlet adventure is the continuation of the Last of Kaer Hope pamphlet adventure. So as I showed there before, this guy here, Use the map generated from the previous pamphlet explorations and reuse those instructions for generating new rooms, corridors, and counters as before. So I'm going to use these tables here, get more bang for my buck out of that. The locations of the 4 new rooms included in this adventure can be chosen by the GM or randomly placed. I'm going to randomly place them, I think. And it says, keep in mind the elders would have given the adepts the directions to go to these new rooms, like the quartermaster chamber and where to find the Hope Gate, unless you want to play it otherwise. I'm thinking I might want to. Perhaps no one living in remembers the Kaer layout well enough, and there are no maps or wall signs available for the adepts to explore. If this is the case, you can add the 4 new rooms to the previous pamphlet 8 rooms. So there were 8 rooms here that you rolled a d8. If you add the 4 to that, you just roll a d12, and then as you explore new rooms, you roll to see which room you come across. As before, if you roll any doubles or whatever, you can always just choose housing, because there would be more housing rooms. Blah, blah, blah. Traversing previously cleared rooms only has a 1 in 6 chance of running into another encounter, as opposed to this nasty 2d6 encounter table where you only get nothing on a 2 or 3. Pretty rare. This time, however, moving through the Kaer risks coming face to face with the Garmek horror, who has surfaced and roamed slowly throughout the Kaer. So we're up in the ante this time. We're still level 1 adepts, but I've made it much more difficult. We'll see. That's why we're playing this through, to see how deadly this is. So each day, the GM should roll secretly to place the Garmek, to place him in a random room, hall, or hallway on the map. So this will be fun. It's going to be a random seek and destroy monster just sitting out there waiting, like a landmine, I guess more. Number each room and corridor explored, plus doors leading to unexplored rooms, and then roll randomly to see where the Garmek currently resides. It will remain in that room for the day. So I've got my numbers here on every room and unexplored or whatever unopened door. I've got about 20. I've got 21 doors, I believe it was. Yeah, I didn't use this one. So I just left it at a nice 20. And I'm going to roll a d20 to place the Garmek first day as we go. And in the field's chamber, if the field's chamber is rolled, the water, so that's where all the survivors reside. If the field chamber is rolled, then the Garmek shows up, he gets in. It says the water source becomes fouled that day, and the Garmek will emerge from the well 3 days later, having found a way in through the natural aquifer. So there is this doomsday clock going. Sooner or later, you're gonna roll. I've got it labeled as 1 here. So if I roll a 1 on the d20, the Garmek, he gets into the chambers and starts munching on the survivors, possibly while the characters are out roaming around. Although we pretty much always return to the fields for rest for night, so they're probably going to be around if anything goes down like this, so they can fight it up. Well, they're not going to fight this thing probably, but it will accelerate the timeline because we got to get all these people out sooner or later, and this is the timer. Sooner or later, the characters will be their hand will be forced to get everybody out. So that's the idea anyways. Additional complications, if it's not hard enough for you, you can add these additional problems. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to just try and play it straight. Yeah. So here we go. There is one more thing actually. If the on how to use this pamphlet, if the quartermaster's chamber is rolled, full disclosure here, spoiler alert, there are 10 survivors still there, and if the horror is rolled and the quartermaster chamber comes up, consider all 10 residents dead by the end of the day, unless the adepts intervene in some way. Okay, so let's start things off here with a d20 roll. Let's place the Garmek horror. Oh boy, he is right here. He's right in the middle. Oh boy. Okay, well there is 2 ways around this to get past him. Oh wow. So we'll see. We'll see which way the characters go. I'll just roll randomly when they get there. So Garmek is. I'll just put a. Well, just remember he's right here. Okay, so our characters, our adept heroes, head out. And they're going to go looking for. Actually, I might kind of shortcut this a little bit. If I was running this for a gang, I'd probably actually I'd make them explore. I'd just explain it away that nobody in the fields left remembers clearly enough which way the adepts need to go to find the Hope Gate and the chamber. Quartermaster chamber. So the adepts are kind of on their own. They'd have to explore, and I'd maybe roll randomly. But this time, let's place the Hope Gate. Actually, it would make sense to be right off the commons, right here. So I'm gonna place it right here. Okay. So so for this play test, we'll take the characters right there. We have to go by the Garmek one way or another here. I'm going to roll for a random d6 to get the hallway that connects the... Okay, so hallway is number 4. Oh, interesting. It's this one here. Comes up. And actually, let's just... by GM decision, this right here would be... Actually, let's make that a double width hallway. That would make sense too, right? It is the main way in. And since our characters did get into this room, they would be aware of, there'd probably be a nice big double door gateway right here. So this would be, here is the Hope Gate. Okay, so we got that going on. Hope Gate up there. Can we see that on the video? Sort of. Okay, so we know, we'll say that the adepts have a leg up and they know to get there. Do we want to go there first, though? Check out the quartermaster. Let's go there first. Okay, so we step out into the Kaer and we roll 1d6. We've already cleared this hallway. No ghouls have found their way back into here. Ghouls or other such nonsense. Okay, we'll go into this room. 1d6, okay, 5, nothing. So we get into here. Let's check. No, let's continue on. 2, okay, so we get into this hallway, nothing. On a 1, we're going to get an encounter. 5, okay, so we're into the gardens and no encounter. So this is where if you weren't just play testing it or playing it solo like I am, you'd be describing lots of ruinous caverns and just being a awesome game master like I'm sure everybody out there is. Describe the place, give some creepy, eerie music to the players. Maybe have some foreboding stuff. They could search these places too, because this place is in ruin. There are valuables to be found, treasure. I've already done the fighting through here, but I never bothered to really search it. But okay, so we're in the here we are. We're in the gardens, and we can go 2 ways to continue on. If we go up, we run into the Garmek horror. If we go this way, we go around. 1 to 3, we go this way. Oh, 4. Ha, now that's fun. Now the character's not realizing the horror is just lounging about in here, just hanging out. They go this way, into this hallway. What do we got? A 5, no encounter. Wow, I'm super lucky here. Up into the housing chamber. 3, nothing. Into the refuse chamber. 6, nothing. Up into this hallway. Well, we're fast tracking here. Nothing. Into the commons. We've got a 3, still nothing. To the Hope Gate. And we get an encounter. About time, I guess, really. Okay, let's roll 2d6 on the encounter table here. And 5. There's still a chance of getting nothing if we rolled a 2 or 3. We roll a 5 and we get 4 plus 1d4 krill worms. Dang, man. 4! Oh, golly. Okay. All right, I'll turn that light on there. We've got 8 krill worms. In the hallway, in the entrance hallway, kind of leading to the Hope Gate. Interesting. Somehow some krillworms got inside the place. That's cool. All right, let's grab the krillworms on page 307. I believe these things were quite wimpy. There's 8 of them. Yeah, 13 death rating. Tough to hit though. Physical defense of 10. All right. Let's just write that in. 10 krillworms. Okay. And here we go. We roll initiative. Oh, no, we gotta roll on the monster strategy. There's a chance that they won't attack. 1. They flee and regroup. So the krillworms flee somehow, and it says add to the next encounter if possible. So the things maybe fly up into the corner of a room. The krillworms are nocturnal flyers traveling in swarms ranging from 8 to 80 members. And feed on large insects and small mammals. They have segmented bodies, blah, 18 inches long, needle-sharp teeth, and foul-smelling substance many believe to be toxic. Generally do not attack larger animals and humanoids, but a swarm of them can cause problems. Okay. You know what? I'm going to we'll add them to the next encounter as instructed. Now, they seem to disappear for the time being and leave us alone. So we walk up to, barring all cool descriptions and all that nice dramatics that I'd probably try to do when running for a group. Let's get right down to business here. So the Hope Gate. We walk up to the Hope Gate. We have this disc, basketball-sized disc that is the key. Fits into, I visualize an indentation into the large double doors of the Hope Gate. The only way out of here. And then we'll read the box text to the characters. The 15-foot high and 10-foot wide inner Hope Gate door stands defiantly shut and looms before you in ancient silence. Its silver inlaid decorated runes gleam from your torchlight, and a disc-shaped relief trimmed in gold marks the slot for the matching disc-shaped key. So insert that, and suspense, whatever. And the next box text to read out here is the heavy stone double doors glide slowly open, and as fresh air rushes past you into the Kaer, for the first time in over 400 years, the entire Kaer seems to inhale and gasp in expectation. What the characters don't know, the next part here, a Mulgrim lairs on the other side directly against the door. As it swings open, roll for initiative. So, surprise. So the krillworms, we'll say, are start attacking. So they have a small, maybe they found a small crevice, a crack or something in the foundation or the wall, so they can get out and in, inside and outside, and they're on the other side of the door now. So we'll add them to the encounter, just like it said, and we will rock this combat against a Mulgrim and 8 krillworms. Not good for our heroes. Let's see now. We're looking at an initiative roll. Step 9 for the Mulgrim. D8, D6. Ooh, that's pretty nasty. 7. And our gang will be initiative. Yeah, I'm rolling D6 and D8. My fighters. Oh, the Mithra, my wizard, will go at the same time as the Mulgrim. And D6. D6, yeah. My weaponsmith and archer are both D6. Yeah. Okay, Mulgrim goes first, along with the wizard. The krillworms, let's see what's up with them. They're initiative 9 as well, D8, D6. Yeah, so they go first. And they attack. 8 of them? Good golly, eh? Okay, let's fight on a 12. Okay, step 12, 2d10. So we'll have them harry 2 people. So there's 4, okay. They will harry, let's see, who gets harried? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the archer and the weaponsmith get harried. Group attacks. Yep, that's an attack on the archer. Successful. 7 and 5. That's not an extra success. And fails to get damage in on the weaponsmith. But they are harried. Now damage is bite 7, so that's not so bad. D12. 11. Oi, those things just tear him a new one. That'd be 11 times 4. He'd be dead after that. This is nasty. Okay, adding these guys to the... That's 8 first circle challenges. Okay, well right there. A skilled game master would have to know that that is too much. 8 freaking krill worms. Okay. Let's just fight the Mulgrim then. Play testing. This is why we do it. Okay. Maybe we should say that just a couple. They fly off from the previous encounter, and a couple show up here. So maybe just 2. So we'll attack with another one, and that's not going to get through. So we'll take the 11 damage on Salavan. So he takes 2 of them. We'll say 2 show up instead of 8. That'll just give us some trouble here. So what did he take? 11 damage. He's got armor of 5. So he took 6 damage then. Okay. So which is wound threshold is 8. Okay. We're up to 6 damage on Saladin, the weaponsmith. Now, Mithra. We got to get this combat set up here, don't we? Get some miniatures in on this. All right, here we are. We've got the McNasty here, the Mulgrim. Say the just using my new mini book. What is it? The little book of battle mats. I like this little thing. Say the binding is the doorway. So we open it up, and we're just standing here like chumps, and we're almost surprised. 1, 2. So that's the archer. Weaponsmith. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Whoops. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, here's the Mulgrim. Here's the krill worms. So they flew in and they attacked number 4, Salavan. So they're basically on him. And then this thing will attack one of the 2 front guys. Let's see who. 1 to 3 would be Phage, Stormblade, my warrior. Oh, actually, yeah, I wanted to Mithra, the wizard. I wanted him to cast Mage Armor. Mage Armor takes 0 threads. Okay, so that's cool. We'll do our spell casting of, so that's 4, step 4 plus perception of 7. So we're looking at an 11, a D8, a D8, a D10. D8, D10. Where's my 10s? That's a 10. I have to beat Mystic Defense of 6 on my warrior. So that's... Oh, actually, I rolled an 11. So that is an extra success. Awesome. That's extra success by 1. Check out Mage Armor. I think I can give him a bit of a boost on that. Probably only duration, which is fine. We'll just say it's a duration, so I don't have to take forever looking it up. Oh, we found it here. Success levels increase duration by 2 rounds. So that is good for probably the rest of this fight, actually. Mage Armor is good for will plus 2... Nope. 2 rounds. Okay, so it's good for 4 rounds. Oh, that's not great. And it's will plus 2 effect. Physical defense goes up by 2. So he's up to 13 physical defense. Oh, no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Physical armor goes up by 3, so that's cool. He's at physical armor 5, plus his shield. I have a 10 written here in brackets, but I'm not sure why that is for physical armor. Shield does not help that. So he goes up to 8 physical armor for the next 4 rounds. Cool. Physical armor of 8. Okay, and then the Mogrim kind of just rushes in with 2 claws. So step 12, claw attacks, 2d10. That's quite nasty, isn't it? Gotta hit an 11. That's a 10, close. And an 8. All right, it fails to hit Phage. The thing does not have karma or anything like that. It can't. Okay, cool. Now it is our turn. The krill worms are done. Okay, Phage brings down the broadsword. He has a melee weapons talent of 3, plus his dexterity of 6, so that's 9. 9. So let's add a karma, d8, d6. And then we'll have a karma. We got to take this thing down fast. Oh boy, an 8. Roll a measly 8. Its physical defense is 11. Not gonna cut it. We're gonna go with Rockon next, the Obsidian archer. He's going to mystic aim that sucker. So that's perception of 7, 8, 9, d8, d6. Okay, and he's gonna throw in a karma. Against the mystic defense of this sucker of 7. Oh yeah, I did it. Just barely. I add 2 steps to the attack now, which I will true shot. Add 2 karma to. So my thrown weapons is 4 plus dexterity, so that's 10, plus 2 from the mystic aim, so that's 12. 2d10 I get to roll. And I'm going to dump 2 karma into that. 3 karma burned already. We got to get through this guy's defenses. Okay, yes. 9. Roll a 9, a 12, 15. 12, 15, and its initial physical defense is 11. So I didn't quite get that extra success after burning 3 karma. Wow. Okay, 1 karma burned from Phage. Okay, well, I got through. I got him. So the damage is 12, so 2d10 again for that. This thing's armor is 8. Oh my goodness, this thing is a brute. Death rating is 60. Oh, there's an exploding die. 12. I love exploding dice. It exploded again. So that's another 10. So 12 plus 10, 22. Reroll that. 2, 24 damage. Wow. Okay. Where's my map? Okay, Mogrim takes 24 damage. Woo! Actually, no. Physical armor of 8, so that'll bring that down to 16. My mistake. 16. Knockdown of 14. Yes, okay. And it takes a wound at 15, so I did wound it. Just barely. That thing is tough, man. Okay, knockdown test is its toughness, step 10, so 2d8, versus the difference of damage I inflicted it. 16 from 14, so I gotta beat up 2. Yeah, whatever, the thing is not knocked down. That thing is too tough. Okay, so Rockon just sinks a spear, chucks the spear right into that thing, and gives it a good gash. Unconscious at 50, so I gave it 16, so it's a good start. Now we've got Salaven the weaponsmith. He's gonna have to fight krill worms. He's just going to, nothing special. He's using a flail. That's cool. It's hard to picture that being used against a flying bat worm thing, but here goes. Melee weapons of 3 plus his dexterity of 5, so that's a step 8. 2d6. 2d6. And we've got a exploding die, so that's a 7 plus 2, so that's 9. Physical defense of 10. He misses. Ooh, it's gonna be a long haul for him. He's not gonna do well, is he? These krill worms might kill him. Okay, initiative D8, D6. D8, D6 for the bad guys. Just do them at the same darn time, maybe. Oh, that's 10 for them. There's no way I'm beating that. Okay, Mithril goes on 5. Everybody else goes, oh, okay, there's Thage Stormblade. Explodes again. Oh, 6, 6, and a 5 on a D6. 17. So he's going first. Oh my goodness, another exploding die for Rockon. 6. Oh, 8. Okay, he still does not go before the bad guys. And whatever, everybody else. Okay, so let's do Thage then. He will Karma Strike with his melee weapon skill of 9. So that gives him a D8, D6, and an extra D6 for Karma. Come on, buddy. Oh my goodness, almost a critical failure. 2 1s and a 2. I can't get much worse than that. Okay, he's only got 5 Karma. I've blown through 2. Here comes the Mulgrim. I've still got that armor on, so that's good. So he's going to Bite Claw this time. Bite is slightly more damage. Other than that, it's not much difference. They attack at the same. 2d10. Here comes the attack. Oh, there's a 13. That Bite gets through. The Claw attack, 10, does not get through. Close. He needed an 11. Okay, the Bite, step 14. Oh yeah, I should. I didn't bark skin. Wood skin? What's it called? Wood skin. Oh well. Okay, so we've got 14. That's 2d12 damage from the Mulgrim. Oh, that's 2 10s. 20. Brutal. Brutal. 20 damage on poor Thage up front from a bite from this thing. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, so we've got physical armor of 8, so we take 12. Wound threshold is 11, so just barely gets him. Yeah, 12 damage gets through. He takes a wound. And knockdown is... What's my knockdown? Why don't I not have that here? Oh, it's over wound threshold. Oh, this thing has a separate... Whatever. Wound threshold. Damage. Yes, difference. Knockdown test. Right, had to look that up. A knockdown test is a strength check versus the difference of your wound threshold and the damage you took. Wound threshold being 11. I ended up taking 12 damage. Oh yeah, no, that's not a knockdown. It has to be over 5. Okay. So I'm not knocked down. No chance of that, thank heavens. Really, I still took 12 damage though. Unconscious at 43. Okay, so that thing's done. The 2 krill worms will attack again. What are they attacking with? 12 step. 2d10s on poor Sullivan. 9. Will that hit him? I'm afraid it will. He's got a 9 physical defense. And they both hit him. Gosh darn it, he's gonna be a hurt unit. They only do 7 damage though, it's a d12, so that could go either way. Last time it was 2 11s. 2 11s. Okay, his physical armor soaks up 5 though, so 6 and 6. Neither are wounds, but that adds up to another 12 damage, so he's up to 18 damage of his unconscious at 27. Krillworms, man, no joke. I'm gonna take out my weaponsmith before I even get past the first fight. Our turn. No, Thage already went, isn't it? Rock on. She's gonna burn this karma. He's going for the mystic aim. What did he make? Perception, mystic aim at that's 7 plus 2 of 9. Okay, 9, d8, d6, and he'll use a karma for the mystic aim. Oh, exploding die. 8 plus 8, 16. And then I roll that. 16 plus 7. Very nice. Alright, so we're looking at a 23. 23 against the mystic defense of 7. Ooh, that's 3 successes? No, 23. That'd be 17. Yeah, it's 3 successes. Right? 7 is 1, and then up to 12 is 2. 17 is 3. 4. Yeah, 3 extra successes. That's great. Okay, so that's a plus 6 to damage. Or sorry, plus 6 to strike. So I'll use okay, so plus 6. His throwing weapons is 4 plus dex, so it's 10. 6 up to 16. D12, D8, D6. 12, D8, D6. If only this D12 would be as kind to me as it's been to the bad guys. I can use True Shot. I'll use 2 more karma, so that's another 3. Karma mod is only 3. Whoops. I can't use any more. Phew. It's cinnamon. Oh, low. They're poor in karma. Oh well, here we go. Not bad. 12, 15. Hit a 15 physical defense. Darn it, the thing's physical defense is 11. It's so close to that extra success. Darn it. Could have really used that karma that time. Karma mod of 3. For reals, eh? Alright. Okay, so just 1 success. The damage on that is 12, so 2d10 damage. An exploding die here would be amazing. Like last time, but shouldn't be so lucky this time. So that's only 12 damage. Darn physical armor on the thing. Physical armor of 8, so I did a measly 4 damage. Wow. Okay, so it's taken 20 damage. Not even halfway to its unconsciousness of 50. Okay, we gotta just I think we gotta run. That's what we gotta do, yo. Well, let's give her here. Continue to say Mithra. We're not quite dire straits yet. Mithra will mind dagger the Mulgrim. Yeah, mind dagger can be done with no threads. So the spellcasting of 4 plus perception of 7. That's 11. D8, D10, and a D6 for karma for good measure. Oh, there's an exploding die on the D6. That's always fun. I love rolling exploding dice. 11, so that's 18 total right now. 18 plus 3, so 21. Its mystic defense is 9. Well, look at that. So I got 2 extra success for damage. 2 extra success, so that'd be 4 on the plus 4 on the damage. Mind dagger is will plus 2. So that's 7 plus 2 is 9, plus an additional 4, so 13. D12 and D10. D12 and D10. Okay. What we got here? A 1 and a 3. 4 measly damage. Mystic armor on this thing is 3. So I did 1 damage to it. Congratulations, Mithra. You're not so useful. Okay, and the thing does, however, suffer a -2 on its physical defense, so it is easier to hit, at least. Oh, that would have made a big difference if I had done that before Rock On went. Oh well. Okay, the initiative time. The bad guy is the Mogrim. He's got a D8 and a D6. He rolls a 4. Oh, I might actually go first. And the Pearl Worms are 10. Stage 1. All my guys will go on 1. And Mithra 2. So, darn it, we're going last. Okay, here comes the Krill Worms attacking with bite 12. That was what, 2d10s on Salavan. 10. That hits. Again, and 9. 9 and 10 will both hit. He's got a 9. 2d12. 9 and 3 damage this time. So armor takes the 3 down to nothing, and 9 physical armor 5 gives him 4. So he's up to 22 damage, unconscious at 27. Poor Salavan. Okay, he is going to. Oh, he didn't get to swing last time. I'm gonna get him to attack from last turn and this turn. Let's give him something good here. Actually, avoid blow. Give him an avoid blow chance on that. That's a 7, step 7. D12. D12 against that attack of the 9. Or 10, I guess. Well, either way, he avoided it. So, yeah, he only takes 1 strain. He avoided something. Cool for him. Okay, and then he, let's see. Yeah, just melee weapons attack. Dex for an 8. He's gonna karma. 8, so 2d6 plus another d6 karma. See if you can. Ah, exploding die. Here we go. So we've got 10 plus 4, so 14. Exploding dice. 14 against physical defense of 10. Dang it! Not an extra success, but that's okay. 2d8 on the damage. We'll see if you can put one down. That'd be amazing. Oh, exploding die on a d8, so there's 9 plus 7, 16 damage. Yeah, death rate of 13. He kills one. Okay, 1 krillworm dead. Okay, 16 dead. Nice. Okay, and this turn he gets to attack again. Karma. We didn't attack last turn because I'm having a hard time keeping track of everything here. Okay, so 2d6 attack plus a karma. 9, 10. That will hit. Barely. Physical defense of 10. He'll do his damage of, what was it again? 10, 2d8. Oh, exploding dice again. Now, starting to turn it around. 14. Oh, 13 killed it, so 16. All right, he takes out both krillworms. Okay, now Salavan is going to be in the fight against this Mulgrim. This thing is tearing us up so far. Well, Phage is taking a beating. Like a champ, actually. Okay. Salavan's out. Rock on. And, oh yeah, everybody gets to attack now. Okay, so the Mulgrim is left. Its physical defense is reduced from 11 down to 9 now. Slightly easier to hit. Phage is going to burn a karma. He's going to maneuver this turn. So that's a dex of 3, so that's 9. I'll throw a karma at it. So step d8, d6, 86, and a karma. Ah, 5. No, that's not going to do anything. For the maneuver, that takes a strain, I believe. I have it written here that it's saying it doesn't take a strain, but I find that hard to believe. Take a quick look. Yeah, maneuver takes a strain. Of course it does. I failed to maneuver. That's okay. I will take another karma and just attack. Yeah, just attack. So that's 9, d86, and I use karma, same as before. Darn it, his rolls are not great. So that's an 11. So that does hit, at least. 11 step damage, d10, d8. Come on, exploding dice. That's all I can hope for at this point. 13 damage, so... okay, the thing's armor is 8, so I did 5 damage. 5 damage through. Okay, so up to 26. 26, gotcha. Okay, he's unconscious at 50, so I'm halfway there. Here comes Rock On. No more karma left for him. He will chuck a spear for 10, so it's 2d8. He's thrown how many spears? He's got 4 spears. This is his last throw, and then he's going to have to just call missile. Oh, exploding dice. Amazing. Okay, so we're at 13 plus 7. Wow, 20. 20 on the 9 physical defense now. It's 2 extra success. Add 2 extra success. That's plus 4 steps to 12. That's 16. Step 16. D12 and 2d6. That's a cool combination. D12, 2d6. I love these weird dice combinations. Can't get enough. Okay, so there's 8 and a 6, exploding d6. So 14 plus 2, 16 damage. Physical armor of 8, so knocks it down to 8 damage. It's up to 34 damage. Okay, now we're starting to whittle away. 8 damage knockdown. Wound threshold of 15. This thing is just mean. It's just tough. Oh yeah, I never attacked Phage. Boy, I have a hard time mentally tracking Earthdawn stuff. That'll come. I'll get better with practice, I'm sure. Find it much easier with GURPS, of course. I've played that a lot more in my days, but okay. So Phage and Rock-On have attacked. Salavan is done. Mithra has to go still. But we'll get this Mulgrim's attack in now before I go any further. He should have already attacked. 2d10. 2d10 against. Let's see who it's against this time. See if he can change. Yeah, he's going to go for Rock-On since he's doing all the damage. Why wouldn't he? That's a 9. No, that will not hit. Rock-On's 12 defense. And then the claw. Excuse me, the claw attack with an 11. Wow, he just cannot penetrate the defenses of the archer. He is standing there with a body shield, so he's got good coverage there. Okay, and last but not least, Mithra will. He gave it that -2 on physical defense, and that lasts 2 rounds. I'll let that go, and he's going to try a flame flash. Takes a thread, so he will. So I've got 2 matrices. I'll just say that was the other one. We would have been ready for. Oh no! I mind daggered and mage armored. So I'm gonna have to mind dagger again. Cool. I like that. Spellcasting of 4 plus perception of 7. That's 11. D8 D10. D8 D10 plus a karma. Shaboom. Oh, 2 1s and a 2. Total waste of karma there. Okay. Ineffective. Alright. Round 4, I believe it is. No krill worms left in the fight. We got D8 D6. Get rid of these krill worms. Mulgrim's initiative is 6. Hey. It's possible to beat. 2. No, Phage isn't beating it. 7. Okay. Mithra's going first. And the other. Nope. Okay. Alright. Mithra first. Mulgrim. I should read the description. Mulgrim. Mulgrim combines bits and pieces of many different creatures into a disturbing whole. The beast is about as tall as a large bear, but broader, with deep and powerful chest. Its back slopes like a toad's, and it has frog-like hind legs with which it can make prodigious leaps. Its 4 legs, though smaller, are as strong as a human's arms, and 3 fingers on its broad hands are tipped with claws, as long and broad as a human's forefinger. Even though it resembles a large, ugly frog, the Mulgrim is not an amphibian. It hides in dry and tough. Its hide is dry and tough, like imperfectly cured leather. Oily fur grows, blah. Most of the head looks bear-like, but seems almost too large for its body. Beady, red-ringed eyes. In place of the snout, the Mulgrim has a large beak for tearing flesh. Isn't that a lovely creature? This thing be ugly. So, Mithra will bring another mind dagger to bear because it's all he's got. He doesn't even have a weapon on him. So he's gonna make a pattern, a spellcasting test. So 11d8, d10d8, sorry, and a karma. Oh boy, look at that. Okay, there's another karma usage. We've got a 6 exploding die. 10, 18. Exploding die for a 2, so 20. 20. 20. This thing, its physical defense will be back up on its turn, I believe, though. Is that right? Yeah, let's say that. So that does manage to get 2 extra success in. That is super. So we've got Mind Dagger. What is that? It's Will plus 2. So that is 4 willpower step. Oops, wrong character. Willpower 7 plus 2. 9 plus an additional 4 because my extra success. So 13, D12 and a D10. I love the extra success on the 4th edition stuff. Super duper. 8, only 10 damage. Okay, well, it's better than nothing. It's got that physical armor of 8, so I deal it a massive 2 damage. It's 36. To 36 damage. We gotta get to 50, knock it out. Okay, this thing's gonna tear into who? I guess we're going for Rock-On, the Obsidian again. Okay, here it goes. 2 claws this time. Still 12, 2d10. Alright, 2d10, it gets a 12. That hits 1, just barely, too. And a 5. Okay, it does 2d10 damage to Rock-On. 10 damage. He's got physical armor of 3, so he takes 7. His wound threshold is 12, so it's the first time he's been hit. 7 damage. Not bad. Okay, we can weather this storm now. What do we got? Okay. Let's go around the horn here. We'll start with Thage. He will use his last karma for his attack. Melee weapons. Maybe we should try and maneuver. I'm gonna try and maneuver and then attack. Yeah. Alright, takes a strain, so it's up to 14. I will use the karma on the maneuver. Why not? So that's 2 plus dexterity of 8. 2d6, and we'll add a karma. Oh golly, I gotta hit a 9, 7, 8, 9. I did so thanks to that Mind Dagger dropping the thing's physical defense to 9. Okay, so 1 success. She whiz. Plus 2 till end of turn on physical defense against the thing. And plus 2 to my attack. So I attack with a melee weapons of 3. It's 9. D8, D6. Oh, I have a plus 2, so that's actually an 11. So D8, D10. Here goes the attack. 8 and an 8, 16. Oh yeah, exploding die on the D8. 16 plus 1. 17. 17. Darn, that's not quite 2 success. 1 extra success. So that puts his damage up to 12. D10, D8. Nope, sorry, that's 2d10. And that is an 8 and a 7. Not bad. Not bad. So 15 damage. And takes away physical armor. 15. Takes away 8. That's 7 damage. Okay, things in the 40s now. 43 damage. Just gotta get to 50. Okay, that wasn't enough damage to knock it down or wound it or anything like that. Oh shoot, I have a wound and it has a wound. Oh well. I haven't been factoring that in. Silly me. Still learning this game. Okay, before the round is over, Saddleban to Scrang Weaponsmith is going to use Fireblood. It can only be used during combat. I'll just read that. Adepts, blood oozes. Adepts scratches, cuts, injuries, bubble and hiss, cleansing, cauterizing, and healing them as fire. Must be engaged in combat. The adept spends a recovery test immediately to heal a number of damage points equal to the results. Okay. Cool. Okay, so he's going to use. Oh, is that a standard action? Let's just check that out. Fireblood is a standard. Yeah, it takes his turn. Makes sense. Okay, his recovery test is, he's got 2, and it's just toughness of 5, so that's a D8. Attempt to heal. Ooh, 7, not bad. 7, okay. Goes down to 12 damage. 12 damage. Perfect. Okay, so he just concentrates and starts burning his cuts and damage away. Can't imagine that feels much better. But okay, and rock on our Obsidian will throw a spear. 10. Step 10, 2d8. He's to hit a 9. He hits a 9 barely. 9 right on. Then damage is step 12. So that's 2d10. Grab these 2d10s. Oops, chuck that right off the table. Oh, we've got an exploding die. 13. And another 9. Oh, nice. Okay, 22 damage. That drops it. 22 damage. Puts it up to 65. Oh, 22 damage minus 8, that is. So that would be 14. 57. It has a death rating of 60, so the thing falls unconscious. And then we can finish it off with an extra 3 damage. Oh man, okay. That looked bad for a while, but we came out of it okay. Okay. Alright, let's progress onward. On the other side of the door is actually another roughly hewn 40-foot stone hallway, same size, more or less width, with another matching door ruined at the other end, crumbled and slumping on its hinges. So this is the last hallway, the first hallway entryway. Let's see, so I'll drop that in here. So that would be right here. Oh, let's see, one more ruined gate, and then there's a big pit in the middle, according to this. I'll read on. The hallway is littered with bones and full of ancient skeletons, still impaled on triggered spike traps jutting out from the walls. In the center lies a large open pit trap, 20 feet deep, littered with bones and refuse. Sunlight bathes the broken door at the far end, and cheerful birds can be heard in the air. After a lifetime underground, your hearts leap at the thought of being in the open air for the first time. So this would be just like the death hall. So the exterior door to the Kaer has been breached and broken down. Lots of things over hundreds of years meandered in, found their way down the hallway, fell into pit traps, got impaled, and then probably late into the Scourge, or at the end of the Scourge, this Mulgrim came in after most of the traps were triggered, and has laired, or was laired, right there against the still sealed inner door of the Hope Gate. So, there we be. We're in the, we made it. We'll walk down, probably the Adepts would walk slowly down the hallway, very cautiously, and maybe detect for traps. But as GM, I probably wouldn't be that. I don't know. Right here I have additional complications. That is one of the suggestions. Several active traps remain in the Hope Gate exterior hall. So that could be interesting. You could just roll for random trap. On the previous pamphlet, I had a list of traps. Let's do that for funsies. 5 pit trap. So there's another pit trap in here. Half of it is taken up by a triggered one. Anyways, we will let's take a look at a pit trap. What is the detection difficulty of one of those bad boys? Pit trap. I think they're quite nasty, aren't they? Detection is 7. So let's take a look. Just see if anybody would notice. We've got disarm trap on him. That's cool. Danger sense 3 on the warrior. Perception 4. D7, D12. D12, I need to hit a 7. 8, yeah. Yeah, heck yeah. The warrior notices the remaining pit trap, and we navigate around it. Maybe we can trigger it, open it up, kind of disarm it. Actually, we've got the weaponsmith with disarm trap at 1. Oh yeah, no, the wizard is better. He's got disarm trap as well. 2. And it's perception based, I do believe. Disarm trap? What was that dexterity? Could go either way, I guess, eh? You're rolling perception to detect traps, maybe with it. Well, if you can do that. Disarm trap is dexterity, so that would be better for 5. Well, they're the same. Interesting. Okay. 5 plus 2, 7. That'd be a d12. Try and disarm that, and a 1 will not do it, obviously. So we'll just avoid it. See what the disarm difficulty is in the book here. I love their trap stats they've got here. These are great. Disarm is 7 as well. Another try at a 6. No, we can't. So we go around it, and I think we'd spend some time just outside. This would be on a bit of a mountain or hillside, bit of a cliff, overlooking the surrounding lands, and that would be quite the view to these bunch of shut-ins. So yeah, they would rest there for a bit. I'm just going to look up the recovery test. Yeah, let's wait at least an hour after engaging combat. So they'll wait there for an hour, and everybody will get 1 recovery test to recover some hit points. And it says here, the Adepts can camp safely in the wilderness near the Hope Gate, thanks to the vicious Mulgrim's marked territory for now. So the Mulgrim has this whole area outside, around the entryway to this Kaer. It's been patrolling this area. This thing's vicious, so nothing will come near them for the night. So I think maybe they will spend the night there, and they can make all their recovery tests in the morning. Oh, we've got a wound on. Yeah, have to deal with that first. Actually, take a look at that. Yeah, okay, so we can make recovery tests as we rest for the rest of the day. So Sage here has 3 recovery tests, and those are D12. So yeah, we'll rest for, okay, so an hour goes by after combat, and he'll heal 4, and he'll rest another hour. Roll again, 6 total now, and his 3rd before bed. 6, okay, so he heals 11. He doesn't quite heal all his damage, so that's unfortunate, but 11, 14, so he's got 3 damage left. 3 damage left, going in to a full night's sleep. So in the morning, he will spend another recovery test. He must spend one when he wakes up. For that last 3 hit points, and the wound will stay with him the next day. That's a crappy deal. We've got a wound on Mithra. Oh no, this is old. He didn't get attacked. Okay, we only got 1 more recovery test for Salavin. He's only got a toughness of 5, so it's a D8. He's got 12 damage. 4, so he'll heal 4, so he's back up to 8. Rock on took 7 damage. His toughness is 6. 6. So he's got a D10 recovery. That's not bad. Oh, he heals 8. So Rockon is back up to full. Not bad. Okay, not bad for a day's work. And they camp out uneventfully. That is day 1. Okay, next day comes around. everybody does their karma ritual, so they can have their karma back. Do their karma rituals unhindered in the morning, and Sage must spend a recovery test. So he's down to 2 for the day, and he heals 3 damage, so he's back up to full, but still suffering that wound. Not good. Okay. And wow, okay. That's the next day. We will continue there next time. Roll on.